Good morning. I'm glad you can join me for this time of Bible study. Glad you can join me for these 10-minute devotionals that we have Monday through Saturday. I hope you were able to see the Bible study we had last night on the book of Genesis. We started in the first chapter and got through it, and I hope to continue that, and every Thursday night have more of an in-depth Bible study. And of course, I've enjoyed these 10-minute devotionals, bringing them to you, and hope to continue to do that as well. I hope you can join us for worship services at the Bearden Church of Christ. We meet at 745 Cedar Street in Bearden. We meet at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings for Bible study. We meet at 11 in the morning and at 5 in the evening for our worship services. And then on Wednesday nights, we meet at 6:30 for midweek Bible study, and I hope you can join us for any and all of those occasions. Today I want to talk about the need for obedience, and we see this exemplified in Joshua. Joshua was a man of faith. There's no doubt about it. We read in Numbers 14 that he was one of the 12 chosen to go spy out the promised land. And out of those 12 chosen spies, 10 came back and said that they could not take the land because the inhabitants were large people that there's no way they could overthrow. But Joshua and Caleb were the two spies that came back and said that, yes, it's true that the inhabitants were large people, but they also said this: the Lord is on our side. He will give them to us. We can take the land, and it is a good land. And so we see from that Joshua is a man of faith. And being a man of faith is a good thing, because we read in Hebrews 11 verse 6 that without faith that it is impossible to please God. Well, Joshua had faith. We read in Hebrews 11 verse 30, if we're going through what we call the roll call of faith, that in Hebrews 30 it says, by faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were encircled for 7 days. Well, what's important about that is Joshua, the man we're talking about, was the leader of the children of Israel at this time. Now, Jericho was a great city, an important city in the land of Canaan. It's one that the children of Israel did need to overtake. We read in Joshua 6 verse 1, today I'm reading from the New King James Version. We read in Joshua 6:1, it says, now Jericho was securely shut up because of the children of Israel. None went out and none came in. In other words, it was a fortified city. They had closed the gates. Nobody could come in, nobody could come out. They considered the children of Israel a threat, but they were fortified. They weren't letting anybody come in. It was a well-defended city. So the Lord told Joshua this in Joshua 6 verse 2. He said, see, I have given Jericho into your hand, its king, and the mighty men of valor. There's no way that in a military battle that the children of Israel should have been able to take Jericho. But the Lord was with Israel. And the Lord had promised Joshua, the city is yours. But he also gave Joshua some instructions that we'll read starting in verse 3. He said, you shall march around the city, all your men of war. You shall go all around the city once. This you shall do 6 days. And 7 priests shall bear 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark. But the 7th day you shall march around the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow the trumpets. It shall come to pass, when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when you hear the sound of the trumpet, that all the people shall shout with a great shout. Then the wall of the city will fall down flat, and the people shall go up every man straight before him. Now, do any of us really think that the actions of marching around this city and blasting the trumpets and giving a shout was enough to make the walls of that city fall down? I'll answer it this way. No army has attempted that strategy since. And we have no record of it ever succeeding if they did. So the actions that they took in and of themselves weren't enough to make the walls fall. But because they were instructions given by God, yes, God made those walls fall. And so the walls fell down. And here's the point I'm making. The people had faith. Joshua, we know, was a man of faith who believed in God and who believed that God could deliver on his promises. Had the children of Israel not done as God instructed, the walls of Jericho would not have fallen. It took faith combined with obedience for the walls to fall. And that's what we read all through the Bible. And every Friday, that's the lesson that I'll be bringing to you for a while, is how the Bible illustrates to us the importance of faith coupled with obedience. And frankly, if our faith is a faith like it should be, it will move us to obedience. If we have faith in God, then we can believe that he will deliver us if we do his will. We look at what James writes in James 2 verse 20. He said, "But do you want to know, O foolish man, that faith without works is dead?" Now we know a dead faith cannot be pleasing to the Lord. So why would we want to have a dead faith? Let us have an acting faith. Let us have a living faith. Yes, we read where the people had done just as was said, and the walls of Jericho fell down, just as God had said they would. And yes, the people did go in, and they utterly destroyed the city of Jericho. A beautiful story of how when we obey God, good things happen. And, another illustration here for us that we can learn from this lesson is God doesn't always work the way that we think he'll work. And God doesn't always work in the way that human nature says it would work. Here Joshua is thinking he'll have to prepare his army for battle, and there was no battle, because that's not how God worked. Let us have faith in God. Let us have faith in how he'll do things. But let us be active in our faith. And if we're active in our faith, then and only then can we be truly pleasing to him. I thank you for watching today. I hope you'll continue to watch as we come together at 10 o'clock, Monday through Saturday, for these 10-minute devotionals. I hope they're encouraging to you and uplifting to you. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye, everybody, and God bless.